Hey, this is Mr. Beckstrom, and I want to take a look at number 13, and this is in section 2.3, and it says using a graphing utility, that's your TI-83 or TI-84 calculator, we want to graph this function here, x cubed minus 2x plus 2, on the interval -2 to +2. That's your x values that you want to set your window with, and that also gives you down here the y values that they want you to set in your window. So let's go ahead and do that. So in order to set up our window, I'm going to go to my calculator, I'm going to hit window, and I've already set it up here. So you see I have my x minimum value is -2, my x maximum value is +2. You can just leave the scaling as 1, and then you can change your y minimum value to -4 and your y maximum value to 10. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go to y equals, I'm going to put the function in here. So this is x cubed minus 2x plus 2. Put that in there, and then we're going to graph that. So it looks just like that. So now we're going to see which one of those three it is. It already looks like it's going to be A. Let me just make sure it doesn't look like B or C, which it does not. So A is going to be the correct answer there. And then the second thing says is find the local maximum, the y value of it and the x value. And they want us to round to 2 decimal places. We can do that in our calculator as well. Now remember, the maximum, the local maximum is going to be the top of any peaks, and the local minimum is going to be the bottom of any valleys here. So to find this local maximum, I can actually go to second trace, which is calculate. And we're going to go to maximum. It'll give us the maximum value. And then it wants us to put a left bound, so we just have to go to the left side of that peak here, which is anywhere over there. Hit enter, and then we got to go to a right bound, so go to the right side of that peak anywhere you want. Just make sure you're on the right of it. Hit enter, and we don't want to guess. We just want to hit enter again. And the maximum there is going to be, the y value is going to be 3.09. So we're going to put 3.09, and the x value there is going to be -0.82. -0.82. And there we go. And it says the local minimum, so we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to use the minimum function there. So now we're going to go to second trace, go down to minimum, enter, and we're going to do the left side of that minimum. Remember, that's the bottom of the valley here. So I can do anywhere I want to, as long as it's on the left side of that, the bottom of the valley there. So enter here. That's my left bound. Now my right bound, I just have to do anywhere on the right side of that local minimum. Hit enter. We don't want to guess. So that's 0.91 for our y. 0.91. And for our x, that's going to be about 0.82. 0.82. All right. And the next thing it says, where is the graph of f of the function, that's f, that means of the function, where is it increasing? And if we go back to our calculator, we notice that it's increasing from -2, excuse me, where's the graph increasing? So increasing means as you're going from left to right, it means that your curve is going up. That's where it's increasing. From -2 all the way here to that -0.81 or 0.82 that we had, and then it's decreasing, and then it starts increasing again from that +0.82 all the way up to +2. So it looks like our correct answer is going to be this one right here. That's where our function is increasing. That means as we're going from left to right, the curve is going up. Check that answer. There we go. And where is the graph decreasing? Well, it's decreasing pretty much everywhere it's not increasing, right? Unless we have a flat horizontal line, it's going to either be increasing or decreasing. So it's going to be decreasing from that -0.82, looks like, to that +0.82, because as we're going from left to the right, the y values are going down. They're getting less and less. All right, so that's just going to be negative 0.82 to positive 0.82. All right, and that's it. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at number 14 as well. This is also in section 2.3. And it says find the average rate of change of the function from -3 to -2, and from -1 to 4, and from 4 to 9. All right, and the average rate of change is derived from the formula of f of b minus f of a over b minus a. That's the function evaluated at the second point minus the function evaluated at the first point, all divided by the second point minus the first point. So let's go ahead and pull up our whiteboard here. Make sure I have that in the same size as. All right, so this is going to be f of b, function evaluated at b, minus the function evaluated at a, all over b minus a. And this is going to be a lot easier to do in our calculator, and I'm going to go through this. All right, so first of all, we need to put this function in our calculator. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my y equals, and we're going to put this function in. So this is x, let me pull it up a little bit, x cubed minus 4x plus 8. All right. Now that I have that in the calculator, what I can do now is I can just go ahead and use these 2 points. I'll use, it doesn't really matter which one I use as my first or my second point. However, I just need to stay consistent. So this is from -3 to -2. So what I'm going to do here is go back to my main screen here, and I'm going to say, I'm going to put a open parentheses. I'm going to say vars. This is my function evaluated at the second point, so -2, minus my function vars. This is evaluated at -3. And then remember, I'm going to, since I'm doing a fraction here, I'm going to put a parentheses around the entire numerator and the entire denominator. So this is all over, and this is the first point minus the second point. -2 minus -3. Close all that up, and I get 15. So that first answer should just be 15. That's my average rate of change. And then all the others are just going to basically be the same way. So the second one is going from -1 to +4. So same thing, except here I'm going to put in a -1. Here I'm going to put in a +4. Here I'm going to put in a -1, and here I'm going to put in a +4. And then finally, the last one should also be the same way. Just use 4 as your first number, 9 as your second number. And what this is saying is how fast are we changing over this interval. All right. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. Thanks.